Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. My name is Nick with the 1994 Candle Co. And today we are going to be talking about all things Christmas scents, which is super weird to say because it has literally, I'm not kidding, this has been the hottest week all summer so far. It's currently August at the time of filming this video here in Omaha, Nebraska, and today it got up to like 100, right around 100 degrees, and the next like 3 or 4 days are supposed to be like 105 plus, and that's not even including the humidity or anything. So I felt like it was time to talk about Christmas scents because I am ready for some snow. I'm ready for it to cool down a bit. I'm not a fan of the heat at all, so I'm just, yeah, it's not been a great week for me. So I'm ready to talk about some Christmas scents. And then also at the end of this video, I'm going to be sharing a few of my favorite scents that I am really excited to release this year in my winter collection. Ones that I've already tested and everything and decided that they have to be in my line because they're just so good and stuff like that. And so I'm really excited to share a few of those with you guys as well. I think those will be really probably some of my best sellers as well this year. I did a fall edition of this video where I told you guys my top 6 best-selling fall scents, and so I thought that it would be good to go ahead and do a similar video for my winter / holiday, whatever you want to call it, collection and stuff like that, and just tell you my 6 best-selling scents from that collection as well. Don't know why it's 6, but it just felt like a good number, so we're just gonna keep running with that for now, and yeah. These are the scents that I have 0 issues getting rid of or selling or anything like that, and so I thought it would be good to share that with you guys. So first up, we have Christmas Hearth from Candle Science. This is a really good, just like one of those like really nostalgic Christmas. It wasn't really for me, but for a lot of people apparently it is. It's kind of like, it smells very similar to like those simmer pots that you do or whatever with like oranges and cloves and stuff like that or whatever. But it also has like a little bit of pine mixed in, like in the background, like more when it's burning. I don't smell it so much out of the bottle, but when it's burning, there's like a little bit of pine in the background, maybe just like a little bit of like either mulled cider or some type of, you know, something like that going on in the background as well, or whatever. It is just a really good scent. It's not one of my personal favorites. Like, I do enjoy it, but it's like definitely not one that I would flock to at a store or whatever. If I was gonna, you know, if I was the one buying a candle, this is probably not the first scent that I would go towards. But a lot of people, I brought it out for markets and stuff, kind of as like a limited edition, and like it flew off the shelves. Like, we sold all of them. We had 0 issues selling them or whatever. I thought that the other limited edition scent that we had, it was called Evergreen. It just smells like a Christmas tree essentially. I thought that that one would be more popular than this one, but this one was definitely the more popular one. People really loved it, and I think it's like one of those kind of like a scent that like is really nostalgic for some people and stuff like that. A lot of people grew up with those type of scents and stuff around for Christmas and everything. I never really did, and so it's not like nostalgic for me at all really, but a lot of people seem to really like it. So for me, it was definitely a bestseller last year. Next up, this one is really no surprise to me. It is Fraser Fir from Candle Science. This scent really smells like just your typical nice Christmas tree scent. To me, it smells like a few different Christmas trees all in one, which is why I decided to call it a Christmas Tree Farm for my collection personally. It just, like I said, it smells like several different Christmas trees in one. It definitely has like Fraser fir in there, but I also smell like a little bit of spruce, blue spruce, whatever, and like a few other trees in there as well that just kind of mixed together really well. And so I felt like it smelled like a few different Christmas trees, and so I felt like just calling it Christmas tree didn't really, you know, make a whole lot of sense. But it really does remind me, like every year now, my wife and her family, they, after Thanksgiving, they would go to a Christmas tree farm and pick out a Christmas tree, which is something that my family never did. We always just had fake trees. I think there was maybe one year where we actually got a real tree, and I honestly don't know where we got it from or anything. I don't think I was there when they ended up getting it. So, but yeah, and so it's just a fun tradition that I've gotten to do now and gotten to be a part of since we've gotten married and everything. And it's a tradition that I just really love doing with the family and stuff now. And so this scent really reminds me of those new traditions and stuff like that, of going to pick out a new Christmas tree and stuff like that with my wife's family. It's a lot of fun. Real fast, before we get to this next scent, it would mean so much to me if you'd give this video a thumbs up if you are finding value in it, as well as subscribe to the channel if you haven't already so that we can continue hanging out. So next up we have Woodland Snow from Candle Science. I'm just gonna warn you, I think, yeah, all of these scents are from Candle Science. It really wasn't planned that way. It just happened because, yeah, a lot of my Christmas scents, especially from the first year. So the first year that we were releasing a Christmas winter collection, whatever. So me and my wife had just gotten back from like our honeymoon and stuff. And so it really like messed up my timing with like releasing both fall scents and winter scents and stuff like that. And so my winter collection was kind of like really thrown together like really quickly and stuff. And I just happened to have a lot of Candle Science winter scents at the time, and so they all performed really well and everything. And so I just kind of, the first year happened to be almost all Candle Science scents, and then I did bring in a few last year that weren't Candle Science, but they didn't do quite as well. I mean, they did pretty decent, but just not as well as the other ones that happen to be from Candle Science. So all of these scents are from Candle Science. This isn't sponsored or anything like that by them. But yeah, it just happens that they have some really great winter scents. But anyway, back to what I was saying, Woodland Snow. So I actually called this First Snow because it literally, like, I have always thought that snow has a smell. I have always thought that, and like some people thought I was crazy. Like I used to say all the time, like when I was a kid, I'd be like, it smells like snow outside, and like some of my friends would just be like, you're crazy, like snow doesn't smell like anything. And yeah, and I definitely think that it has a smell. Let me know down in the comments below, do you think that snow has a smell, or are you on the side of like, no, it does not have a smell? I definitely believe it has a smell, and to be honest, it smells very, very similar to this. This is like the closest I've ever smelled of a fragrance to what snow smells like to me. Again, it's not like 100% spot on, but this definitely gets close. Like, it literally smells kind of like you're just walking through a forest, like right after the first snow of the season, like a really heavy snow, not just like a light dusting, you know, but like a nice heavy snow. Your boots are crunching all the snow beneath your feet, and it just feels like a magical winter wonderland. And yeah, so that is what this scent reminds me of, and so I really love it. And apparently a lot of my customers did too, because it was definitely a bestseller for me last year. They all loved it and stuff, and so yeah, I'm excited to bring it back again this coming November. Next up is Peppermint Mocha from Candle Science. This scent smells exactly like a peppermint mocha from Starbucks. So if you've ever had a peppermint mocha, you know exactly what it smells like. But yeah, it literally smells exactly like that. It is my favorite winter drink. I get so excited to have it every winter. It's one of those things that, like, I'm sad to see pumpkin spice go, but I'm always also really glad that following it right after is gonna be a nice peppermint mocha from Starbucks. But yeah, this is just a really nice, like, chocolatey, minty, very warm. It's definitely got a little bit of coffee in there. I would definitely say it's more on the side of like chocolatey, minty. It definitely does have like a little bit of coffee in it or whatever and stuff, like on the back end or whatever, but it's definitely much more chocolatey, minty or whatever, just like the drink from Starbucks or whatever. Unfortunately, my wife hates like all things peppermint, and so I don't get to burn this scent a lot or whatever, and every time I like make it, I have to like shut the door to the Kindle studio and like try and like open windows and get the smell out or whatever, so that she's not just like totally hating her life living here or whatever in a candle factory. But yeah, it's one of the scents that I love the most. I love peppermint scents and stuff like that, and she hates them. So it's always a fun little time at Christmas and stuff, figuring out what scents we're gonna have in our apartment and stuff like that. But yeah, peppermint mocha. This has actually been a bestseller for me 2 years in a row now. This coming year will be my third like Christmas season or whatever, and yeah, like I said, this one has been a bestseller for me 2 years in a row now, so we'll see if it makes it to the third. Next up, another similar to Christmas tree but not quite, frosted juniper. This one, I would say it's like, I gotta smell it. Yeah, it definitely has a little bit of pine in there, but it also has like, you know, just, I mean, juniper, just exactly like what it sounds like. And it smells really good. I honestly wish I had this scent both years, because I had tested it and everything the first year. And I honestly don't remember why I decided not to have it the first year, but I did bring it out last year and people loved it. Like, it flew off the shelves at every market. It was like the first one to sell out. People absolutely loved it and stuff like that. So I've definitely got to remember this year that, like, when we have our holiday markets and stuff like that, to make sure to stock up on this one, because people loved it. It was the first one to sell out, like literally within like the first hour. I'm pretty sure we sold out of most of it at most of our markets and stuff last year. So it is definitely a top seller. So if you're looking for a good juniper scent, this one is the way to go. And then last but certainly not least, we have one of my personal favorites, gingerbread from Candle Science. This scent definitely by far is my bestseller. Like, it trumps all the other bestsellers that I've shared with you today. It definitely is the first one to sell out. I always have to make like a bunch of extra of this one, just because people love it. I love it personally. It is just a nice, warm bakery type of scent. There's definitely, obviously heavy on the ginger, but it's definitely like more of like a warm, like soft gingerbread, if that makes any sense. Like fresh from the oven gingerbread, rather than like the hard, crispy gingerbread that you kind of think of when you think of gingerbread usually. It's like a nice, like soft, it's a strong scent, don't get me wrong, like it's a strong thrower, but like the scent itself, it's like a softer gingerbread, if that makes any sense at all. Yeah, it's, so if you were comparing it to iced ginger snaps or whatever that scent, their new ginger snap scent that they have, it's definitely not so heavy on the ginger. Obviously there's ginger in it and everything, but it's not so heavy on the ginger as I feel like those are. This is like fresh from the oven, like warm gingerbread. But yeah, like I said, I always have to make extra of this scent. It always flies off the shelf. It is like overall my bestseller. It always I never have any issues getting rid of this one or anything. This one definitely is always just, yeah, it's always getting sold out and stuff. I usually have to restock it a few times throughout the winter season. So that was technically our last bestseller. I did want to give just one honorable mention to a scent that is also once again from Candle Science, but that every year, like I always, even after the holidays are over, I always get a request for this scent and stuff. People always ask for it after. I wouldn't classify it as a bestseller because it is kind of a niche scent or whatever. Like the people who do like it, they are obsessed with it and they love it. But it's a smaller crowd of people, I would say, that like this type of scent for winter. But that scent is Fireside by Candle Science. This scent smells exactly like what you'd expect. It literally smells exactly like a fire. Like you can smell like the wood burning and everything. Like it smells exactly like a fire. Like I don't know how else to explain it. Literally exactly like it. And so it's kind of a nice cozy, scent, especially for winter and stuff like that. To me, it really reminds me of Christmas at my dad's house. So growing up, my parents are divorced now, but they weren't when I was growing up, and they had a wood burning stove, and so like our house always smelled exactly like this during the winter months and stuff like that. And so this scent to me is like my nostalgic Christmas scent or whatever, because this literally smells exactly like what our living room always smelled like. That was where our stove was or whatever. It literally just always filled the house and stuff like that. We pretty much always smelled like it too. Like we always had it on our clothes and stuff like that. You just couldn't escape it. That's kind of the downfall of having a wood burning stove, is that you kind of just always smell like you've just been at a barbecue or something like that, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, you know, if you like that type of scent or whatever. This one, even though it's nostalgic for me, like I can only handle it for like a little bit and then I'm like, okay, I'm done or whatever. It's just one of those scents that like I do enjoy it, but it's definitely not my favorite overall. But it is a nice, really nice, I would say a very niche Christmas type scent. I don't even say necessarily that you have to have it just for Christmas. I think you can have it year round for sure. But it is like really nice during the winter months. It just kind of reminds you of a nice warm fire, and it just, yeah, something about it just feels really cozy. And then finally, the one scent that I have tested and like absolutely am sure that I am going to be adding to my winter collection this year, that I'm super excited for. This one is not from Candle Science, but that is French Toast from Midwest Fragrance Company. This scent is super strong. Like I would give it like if I was out of 5, I definitely give it a 5, which is rare for me. If you've ever watched any of my fragrance review, like rating the cold throw, hot throw type videos or whatever, I don't give 5s out very often, but this one is super strong when it's burning and stuff like that. And I don't know, something about it just kind of reminds me of like Christmas morning or a winter morning breakfast or something like that. Maybe not necessarily Christmas morning. We always had cinnamon rolls. I don't know about you guys, but we always had cinnamon rolls, which is another scent that I really want to add to my collection. But that scent, I don't know, I just feel like I can never get it right or whatever. It just doesn't smell right to me. But this smells 100% exactly like French toast. It literally, like, you can smell like the egg and everything. Like you smell like the maple syrup, just like the egg, the bread, like all of it. It smells exactly like it, and it smells so good. And so I'm trying to think of a name for it though, because like French toast, I mean, like that's fine, that's exactly what it smells like, but it doesn't really communicate like a winter, you know, holiday type scent or whatever. So if you guys have any ideas on, you know, names for it or whatever, I am all ears. Let me know down in the comments below. I would be glad to hear your thoughts and stuff on a good name suggestion for French toast, just because, like I said, this is for my winter/holiday collection, and so kind of wanted to have more of a Christmassy type theme or whatever, or a winter type theme, but I haven't decided on a name yet. So if you have any ideas, let me know. But yeah, this scent is literally just so good. It is one of my new favorites. I honestly may bring it to like a year-round scent just because it smells so good. And so I'm super excited to have this in my Christmas/winter collection this year, and I think it's gonna be another bestseller. But that is gonna be all for today's video. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. If you guys would like to continue hanging out, there's gonna be some other videos that pop up on the screen, and I would love to see you there.